Manet's Le Déjeuner sur l'herbe is composed as a triangle formed by the four figures. Their placement creates a set of forceful diagonal lines that converge. Manet has taken their poses from an engraving by Renaissance artist Marcantonio Raimondi, known as the Judgment of Paris, which itself is based on a design by a better-known Renaissance artist, Raphael. But what had been only a detail in the Renaissance versions becomes the primary scene in Manet's painting. The result is that the focus of the painting, the figure of the nude woman, appears to be off-center. The perspective structure distinguishes between three planes at different depths. In the foreground plane, the remnants of a lunch are represented. The seated figures of two clothed men and a nude woman occupy the central and most important plane. In the plane further back, the fourth figure of the group is still bathing. The vanishing point, where all the lines of perspective in the painting converge, is in the brightest area of the background, where the water and grassy riverbank blend together. The nude woman of the foreground is conspicuous. She no longer appears as a nude in an artist's studio, but as a nude in an outdoor landscape, in the open air. Yet various aspects of the painting appear to contradict any intention of creating a realistic scene. For example, the woman appears completely nude in the company of men friends who are dressed in suits for a picnic at the river. In addition, her gaze is directed outside of the painting, straight at the viewer, while the other figures remain focused on what happens within the painting. The female figure in the background alludes in her pose to the bathing maiden popular in classical art, and is another reference to the tradition from which Manet both draws inspiration and, at the same time, distances himself. The episode depicted takes place in the countryside, an environment rendered by Manet with the skill of a landscape painter. Yet we detect a hint of pretense. The two trees on the sides appear almost as the wings of a stage set, and the rowboat in the background also looks like a part of the set design. The composition of foods, tablecloth, and basket in the foreground to the left represents a conscious nod to still life tradition, while the up-to-date city clothing of the male figures alludes to modern times. A light that is both natural and accentuated in places confers a sense of clarity to the overall composition. Rays of sunlight, which filter through the leaves, illuminate the figures of the central group, who are seated on the grass in the middle of a dense forest. It is the warm light of the afternoon that pours down from the upper left. The strong light that reflects off the body of the nude woman is in a different tonality, however, one that has a colder tone than the light on the men's faces. This difference confirms the importance of the nude figure. Other areas of light in the painting are the bend in the river, where the bather reaches down, and the basket with the remains of lunch in the foreground. Color plays a secondary role to the effects of light in the painting. The limited range of colors, dominated by the green-brown tones of the background, serves as a foil to the sharp contrast of lights and darks. The luminous pale pink flicker of the nude woman's flesh emphasizes her erotic power. A few more vivid brushstrokes give prominence to the still life. The single bit of red in the painting appears in the still life, set off by its complementary color, green, in the leaves. The distinctive azure blue of the tablecloth is repeated in a paler shade in the garment that has slipped off the nude woman's shoulders.